Good morning, everyone. So we had seen uh, revival in the US market. We had seen corrections based on Fed meeting expectations and all. But yesterday, when the event is out, market is again focusing on results in the US, and the results which are coming are better. Even post-market, the market is positive, mainly driven by uh, Meta stock, which has moved up very sharply, driven by better than expected result, and which came post market, and also they announced a buyback and dividend the first time in the history. So even Amazon result also came market R, which was positive, and Apple is bit negative to negative. So overall, even in the futures of the US market are showing positive signals. Asian markets are indicating all positive directions in the equity. If you see, the dollar index has come off by almost around 40 basis point, which is substantial. And that is finding support in the emerging market, and most of the emerging markets are positive. And also bond yield are coming off in before Fed meeting. The bond yield were running somewhere at around 4.1, 4.15, which is now at around 3.89. So though Fed has indicated that the rate cut will not be there in the March, but the expectations are that the Fed rate to cut will be coming, maybe in not in March, then maybe in May. Uh, but if you see on the commodity side, most of the commodities are down. And also oil is also down. This is mainly what we feel is on account of some negotiation between Israel and Hamas, which the war between them can market expect can have some stoppage or can come off. That has reduced the risk premium in the lot of metal, a lot of commodity stocks. Apart from that, there is a concern on the demand from the China. Now, China will be going for the holiday, and before that, there will be lower demand. As such, the prices of the metals and commodities are coming off. Yesterday, a finance minister announced budget, and this was more of a statement of account rather than full-fledged budget. Full-fledged budget will be coming in July. But few of the things which were a bit attractive in this budget was that uh, FM has reduced fiscal deficit target ahead of what market was expecting. Market was expecting that fiscal deficit will be somewhere at around 5.3, 5.4, but FM has projected at 5.1, which was indicating that the borrowing by the government will be much lesser in this year, and that will leave a lot of money with the banking system. And as such, yesterday itself, bond yield came off. Uh, so that has acted as a positive for the banks, and that can continue. Apart from that, another thing which was to be watched was capital expenditure expectations. So that has come at around 1 lakh 11,000 crores, which is up by around 16.9 or 17% as compared to last year, which is also reasonably good. We had seen in last previous three budgets altogether has shown capital expenditure moving up by almost over 20% every year. And on the higher base, government continue to maintain at 17% growth, so that is quite positive also. And these were the key highlight from the financial side. But apart from that, few smaller measures also FMS proposed, which was more of a tweak or a bit uh, supportive to overall economy. But the full-fledged budget will be coming in July, and that will give larger indications on the directions of the government. So overall budget was positive. So apart from that, I'll request technical team to take up from here.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Good morning, all of you. Today, after event, Nifty opened a gap up, but upside again, Nifty facing a resistance around 21,840 and 21,940 in upside. If Nifty sustain these level, then we expect further rally again. And downside 21,630, 21,630 and 21,540 next immediate support for Nifty. Bank Nifty also facing a resistance for intraday 46, 700 and 800 and above. Break that level and sustain first half an hour. Then we expect further rally 47,000, 47,400 in upside. Downside first immediate support place around 47,000 and then 45,600 at downside. So both index open a positive, but open near the next immediate resistance zone. If both index sustain this first half, then we expect further rally. Otherwise, Nifty trading the sideways in upside range. And immediate resistance in break in today's session also. Then we expect further next week in pressure in index. Fin Nifty also trading near the resistance zone, that first immediate resistance place around 20,600 and 20,690 for next, and support place around first 20,480 and below 20,390 next immediate support for Fin Nifty. So we are expecting gap up open, but in upside again face in resistance in all three index. If it clear that resistance, then we expect further rally. Otherwise, trading in sideways and maybe see some profit booking in again upside range. Stock specific, Cipla looks positive. And then TCS also yesterday we saw that some bounce back and near the support zone, and again trading about 3,800. Then we expect some positive momentum in Cipla. Negative side, L&T looks weak at current level. UPL also looks weak at current level. UPL already trading the below the important support zone, though we expect this pressure to be continued towards 530 and 490 at downside. Then Bata also looks weak at current level. Yesterday we saw some pressure in last 1.5 hour. So we expect Bata looks weak. Upside 1,500 immediate resistance. Below 1420, then 1370 next target for Bata. So that's it for technical derivative, I can say.
Yeah, thank you. Good morning, everyone. So on the derivatives front, as I said yesterday, that the base has been created on the downside towards the 21,500 level, where we have witnessed that in Wednesday trading session, put writer got added up sharply at 21,500 mark, and on the upside, as I am continuously saying, that 21,900 to 22,000 mark will act as a resistance range for the Nifty. Today's trading session, we are seeing that the gift Nifty is likely to open around 150 points on the upper end, where we will see that the spot nifty will be almost around nifty cash will be almost around 21,850, 21,870 levels. So nifty need to sustain in the first half of trading session about 21,900 level, then only we might see some stability, or else the follow up of buying in the market. But once if nifty manages to maintain the stability and again goes below 21,800 mark in today's trading session, then we might witness again some sort of range one momentum or profit booking booking almost around 70 to 80 points below 21,800 level. But the market strength seems to be on the positive front because if we look at the India VIX also in last 2 days of trading session, we are seeing that the India VIX is trading near the resistance zone of 16.5 level, but it's continuously giving closing below that level. And in yesterday trading session, we have seen that India VIX came down sharply by 10%, which gave closing near 14.5 level. So India VIX again coming near the stability zone. Once if India VIX goes above 16.5 level and gives closing about that level, then that would be some cautious sign for the market. But till the time it's not going about that level, till that point of time, we expect the market stand to be on the stability front. Well, on the stock specific and sector specific front, overall banking counter looks positive in that selectively. PSU counter looks positive. PSU banks counter specifically would be Bank of Baroda, SBI, and PNB. These three counter looks positive because we have seen that the short covering rally and the short covering OI position has been witnessed in yesterday trading session. So we expect a buying trend will be continued. Another counter that looks positive on the short covering front would be Cipla, LIC Housing, and Godrej CP. This 4 to 5 counter looks positive in today's trading session. So that's it from better to front. Thank you.
Good morning. Aptus Value Housing Finance result is in line with expectation. Asset quality is stable. Loan book grew by 6% sequentially, 28% year on year. Profits also grew by 6% sequentially and 25% year on year. We remain positive. Five-Star Business Finance result has improved. Loan growth as well as profit growth both remain strong at 8% sequentially and 43% year on year. This is one of the highest growth that we have seen among financials. As the excess capital adequacy is getting utilized, ROE continues to inch up every quarter. It has now reached 17.7% and we expect it to reach 19% levels next year. Asset quality was stable. Stock is attractive at 20 times FY25. However, due to continued selling pressure by PE funds, the stock is not able to perform. Even today, around 20% of the shareholding is held by 4 PE funds who want to exit, and so stock is likely to remain sideways in next couple of quarters as well. Ador Welding result has declined due to lower revenue growth of 12% year on year and negative operating leverage, resulting in EBITDA margin coming at 9% compared to 12% that we have seen over last 4-5 quarters. And also profits as a result came at 14 crores against last year 17 crores and previous quarter 20 crores. Due to this, stock shall see some negative reaction in the near term. However, with Q4 being the largest quarter, we expect growth and margins to bounce back next quarter. And so from long-term point of view, we remain positive. City Union Bank result is in line with expectation. Asset quality was good, although loan book remained sluggish and grew just 2% year on year and 1% sequentially. Net interest margin also declined sharply by 25 basis points. So this resulted in a sequential decline of 10% in profits. We would suggest to avoid City Union Bank. Aavas Financiers result is below expectation. Loan book grew by 5% sequentially and 23% year on year. However, profits declined by 4% sequentially and also on year basis, they grew by just 9%. This is because of continuous decline in spreads due to rise in cost of funds as well as compression in yields. So we suggest to avoid the stock. And if any client is holding this stock, then they can think of switching to Aptus Value Housing. Thank you.
Good morning. Eclipse has posted in line with expectation set of numbers for the quarter. Stock is trading at a P of 25.6 times FY24 EPS. Sonata Software has posted improved set of numbers with dollar revenue coming in at 83.7 million versus QOQ of 80.9 million. Even international services EBITDA grew by 1.1% QOQ and 31.1% year on year. Stock is trading at a P of 40.2 times FY24 EPS. Mphasis has posted below expectation numbers for the quarter with dollar revenue coming in at 402 million versus expectation of 410 million. EBITDA margin came in line at 18% versus QOQ of 18.2. Stock is trading at a PE of 30.7 times FY24 EPS. Thank you.
Good morning. Deepak Fertilizers and Petrochemicals posted the results, and results were in line with expectations. Revenue degrew by 33% on a YY basis. This was largely due to volume degrowth in its key segments of technical ammonium nitrate and nitric acid. And the degrowth in volume was due to imports from Russia and China, respectively. Fertilizers business also experienced challenges due to irregular rainfall, uh, and ammonia business performance improved against last quarter due to increase in ammonia prices, which was partially offset by plant interruptions. EBITDA margin reported at 15% versus expectation of 13%. The stock is trading at a PE of 10 times to FY25 EPS, and we are neutral on the stock. Aether Industries Limited result is declining. Revenue stood at rupees 155 crore, which degrew by 7% on a YY basis. The decline was mainly due to fire at its manufacturing facility too, where the production was stopped for a month, and reduction in revenue and other exceptional expenses related to fire accident has impacted the EBITDA and PAT margins. EBITDA margin reported at 20.2% versus 28.3% in the last quarter, as well as in the last year same quarter. Company has a strong capex, where the site 3 is to be commenced operations in quarter 3, and site 4 is also on the verge of completion, which is expected to be commissioned by February 2024. Site 5 is being planned as per the requirement. During the quarter, it has also announced the execution of its strategic agreement with a major global lithium-ion battery producer. With this, it will enter in the electrolyte additives and battery space. The stock is trading at a PE of 67 times to FY24 EPS, and we are neutral on the stock over the near term, while positive on its long-term story with expected growth from its strong capex. Thank you.
Good morning. January month auto sale volume numbers are out, where Indian car makers like Maruti Suzuki booked 1,93,364 units sales, which grew by 16% on yearly basis. Tata Motors also booked 84,676 unit sales, which grew by 4%, and they reported their best ever monthly sales in January month. On two-wheeler side, companies like Bajaj Auto and TVS Motors also reported significant growth, which grew by 24% and 23% on yearly basis, respectively. Also, Eicher Motors, whereby Royal Enfield booked 76,187 units sales, which was recorded with 2% growth on yearly basis. However, Hero MotoCorp reported sales volume of 4,33,598 units, which was below expectation, but it grew by 21% on yearly basis. However, we saw commercial vehicle sales were subdued and tractor companies saw decline in sales. But due to government announcement of good estimate of horticulture production and continued government support to boost rural economy will aid to this segment, and with this positive sentiments are seen, and it will definitely going to support tractor demand in the coming months. On the results side, VST Tiller Tractors Limited also posted its results, and we saw the result has declined as revenue came at 170 crores, which degrew by 39% on quarterly basis and 25.5% on yearly basis. EBITDA came at 9.5 crores, which again degrew by 78% on quarterly basis. EBITDA margin came at 5.6%, and at present the stock is trading at PE of 20.2 times of FY24 EPS. Thank you.
So, Titan has reported numbers, and numbers were a bit below expectations, mainly on account of lower share of student in jewelry. As such, the margin came bit under pressure. The volume and growth number were already out when they sent the quarterly volume or sales update, and as such was more of a repeat. But key thing to watch was EBITDA margin, which came at 11.2% versus expectation of 12.3%. Also, the result was got impacted on account of the other business apart from jewelry, that is eyewear or uh, uh, eye eyewear business, and also on account of watch business, which has reported lower margins in this quarter. What management has indicated that it, because of the lower student, this time the margin was lower, but the long-term outlook continued to remain positive, and they had reiterated their long-term growth guidance of 20% CAGR up to 2027, and also margin will be in the range of 12 to 13% going forward. So, though because of the lower result, the market share may see some bit corrections, but long-term outlook on reasonable growth of around 15-20% for that Titan is positive. As such, holding the stock is recommended, and also if any good correction comes, then one can accumulate the stock. Now, request commodity.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. So yesterday we had witnessed the first half prices corrected in gold, silver, and in the second half we witnessed recovery and closing higher. So for the day we are expecting prices to rise, and buy and dip strategy should be applied. So buying around 60 to 800 in gold and maintain a stop loss of 60 to 600, and on upside again 63,000, 200 is the level where one should take profits. Similarly, silver also one can buy around 71 800 and maintain a stop loss of 71 100. On upside again 72 500, 72 800, where one should book profits. And in metal we had witnessed a sell off, and this might continue. So copper we are expecting to test 720 to 21 level on downside. From there one can also buy for a pullback, maintaining a stop loss of 718. But however, pullback around 729 could again lead to selling pressure, and sellers should be active over these areas. So on 2729 one can also initiate a sell and maintain a stop loss of 733. And in zinc we are expecting prices to test 219. So selling around 222 is recommended with a stop loss of 224. In crude oil, prices are expected to test 6120 on downside. So 6120, 6100 is expected to test. So selling around 60 to 30 is recommended with a stop loss of 60 to 6300. And in natural gas, we are expecting a pullback. So buying around 170 with a stop loss of 158 is recommended, and a pullback till could last till 185, 190 levels on upside. So that's it from me. I'll ask Utkarsh to take the call forward.
Thank you, sir. Very good morning, all of you. For today's trading session in USD we are expecting some sideways to bearish momentum. So, if we get any pullback around 83.01 to 83.02 levels, so one can initiate a short positions with a stop loss of 83.09 for the target of 82.88 and 82.80 levels. In GBP INR, for intraday purpose, one can initiate a long positions we get some profit booking around 105.55 to 105.53 levels with a stop loss of 105.37 for the target of 105.88 levels. In JPY INR, one can initiate a long positions in the range of 56.87 to 56.82 levels with a stop loss of 56.55 for the target of 57.29 levels. Thank you.